Hey guys, I've been asked several times to do a video on how I have my cake shop set up, and I was asked again yesterday, so I thought, I might as well go ahead because it could be really helpful to others. When I started 6 years ago, I had never baked a stacked cake in my life, and so I had watched hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos. I've learned literally everything I know here on YouTube. And I would have loved a video like this to see, working space, a small working space, because let's face it, I don't have a whole big bakery. I just wanted to do cakes. So this space is very small, but I'm a little bit OCD with the way I have things all put in place because that's just how I work better. I can't be creative. I like that my space is separate, from my house. I don't want to have a home bakery, or I don't want to do that. I needed my own space because I don't know about your family. My family, when they couldn't find something, they would just come grab my stuff. And I can't be creative when I'm having to hunt tools down. So nobody is allowed in my space. And this is how I have it set up, guys. I was legal through the state of Texas, so some of the things that we have in here you won't need, and I'll kind of point that out when I'm showing you. But I've since closed the shop. I still do it as a hobby, but I've closed the shop to the public, and I absolutely love it. It's like therapy to me. So let me show you how I have my space organized, guys. Okay guys, this is when you walk in, and this is where my clients would sit to place their order. Please forgive my cookies, I'm working on some cookies right now. This is my oven. It's just a household oven. It is not commercial, but I've turned out about 800 cakes with it, so anything is possible. Right here is where I have my mixers. This is where I keep like marshmallows and sugar. This is knives and spatulas and stuff. This is the attachments to my mixers. I keep all my smoothers, or whatever you can call those things, right there. These are supplies right here, but I'm not open to the public anymore, so I don't keep a lot on hand. Up here we have cake stands and all that kind of stuff, just all kinds of stuff you use for weddings and stuff like that. Here on this shelf I have all my cake pans lined up. Some of them, the great big ones, didn't fit, so they're over there on top of the fridge. Here I have the microwave, some glassware, measuring cups and stuff like that, some cake forms, my cupcake cases, random supplies, mini cheesecake pans, and I have my board where I take my pictures in front of. The shelves to my fridge are there. And then back down here by the oven, cookie sheets and stuff like that here by the oven. On this side, I have my measuring spoons and stuff. This is where I would store bulk when I had the shop open. The drain tray, trash bags, cleaning supplies, parchment paper in this drawer here. Now they made me have, of course you have to have a hot water heater, but they allowed me to put it here under my hand washing sink, and they make you put it in a tray, bowl, whatever you can call it thing. And so this was a little kid's toy, toy box, whatever. We just cut the bottom out of it and put our hot water heater in that. And this is my 3-compartment sink. I believe I got this on Amazon. I can't really remember. It's much smaller than that great big full-size one, but I didn't need a giant one because my space is so small. They also make you have a sprayer. This sink had to be, I believe, 12 or 16 inches apart. I can't really remember, but there's that sink. Here is where I have some cake forms, the bigger pans. These are what I use to dry my gum paste flowers with, or on. These are random stuff. I believe that is plastic forks, molds, and that purple stuff back there I got on clearance at Walmart, and that's exactly where I should have left it because that crap's not worth 15 cents. I don't keep anything, well, I keep flowers and stuff up here and candy melts, but I don't keep anything in here because I literally freeze every cake I do. Even if I'm going to work on it today, it gets frozen. I don't keep my shelves in here They're stored right there. If I need it, I'll put it back in here, but the boards are across the back, so in case a board is really big, it can sit level. All right. And then I had another fridge over here, but when I closed to the public, I didn't need it, so I let my son have that one. They made us have a bathroom, and this is it. We put in a hand sink here, and then they let me piggyback my mop sink down there under there like that. The toilet is over here. As you can see, we don't use it except for storage. And this door right here had to be spring loaded so that it would close, and it is. I just keep it propped open because I don't like it closed. Trying to remember everything. If you've wondered why my channel is called Miss Dream Cakes, it's because of that. I had a lady paint it for me. That's actually one of the very first cakes I ever did, so I really like that. But guys, here is my workspace. This is where I get everything done. I like it because everything is within arm's reach. I don't have to get up. I've had some back surgeries, and this allows me to sit here and work without dying. But anyway, let me show you how this is set up. Oh, and they also made me have another sink here. What is that, like 50 sinks? But anyway, this was for washing fruits and vegetables. But when I closed the shop to the public, I took it out because I needed the workspace worse than I needed another sink right here. So you can't wash your fruit and vegetables there, and you can't wash your fruit and vegetables there, and you can't wash it in that sink in there or that sink in there. Anyway, they also make you have an architect draw up your plans. And so we were texting back and forth when we were doing that, and the sink thing was a sore issue with me because, I mean, I understand their rules about having so many sinks. Like, I don't want to eat something that somebody has washed in a mop sink, you know, so I get their rules. But I was trying to cram it all in this tiny space. So he texted me and he said, "Girl, you got to have another sink." And I was like, no, stop playing with me. That is not even funny. And he texted back and he said, "I'm sorry, I'm not playing. You really do have to have another sink." And so I was a little bit ticked off, but we managed to squeeze that sink in right here. And you see I've taken it back out because it was a pain in the butt. But this is my mat. This is by Fiskars. I love this mat. I don't have to have sugar when I work with my fondant. It's wonderful. I keep paper towels here. All this stuff, you know, I don't use that very much, but it's just sitting there because it was handy. But this is really the workhorse. That and this back here is really the workhorse of my space. I have my I keep this no skid stuff here just because it keeps your tools from sliding all over the place. These are the tips that I use the most when cutting my fondant and stuff, a notepad and stuff. These are my spreaders, my smoothers here. That's tips and couplings, and then small cutters there that I would use with my fondant. These are all of my silicone mats here, some impression mats all over here. I have some stencils there that I use with my cookies. I use this thing, you know, that and this probably get used the most of everything in here. So those are right here handy. I keep some toothpicks. These are the tools that I use most. My edible markers and stuff. Those are just some display cakes. And this is my big roller. I keep it handy. It's just a piece of PVC pipe, but it's within arm's reach. That's just some random stuff there, and office paperwork and stuff. And that's a display cake up there that I've got covered up because I don't want it to get messed up. Down here we have my Cricut machine, and I need to organize my craft stuff right there. Right here I have my edible image printer and my icing sheets and wafer paper and stuff like that. This is my cake boards and gloves and stuff. I keep boxes for mailing right there. And then as you turn around here into this space, this is a real pretty drink dispenser that I just keep stored there. But these three containers here are literally what, you know, make my shop work. These two are the same size and that one's small, but you would obviously use whatever works for you. I have all my cookie supplies right here, my bags and ties and stuff like that. I have my ribbon that I use on my cake boards and on my tying my cookie bags and stuff like that here. I have tissue and bags and the glue guns there. Here I have my petal dust palette there. These are all of my food coloring, my petal dust, luster dust, highlighters, stuff like that. That's what I keep in this drawer. This drawer are my Tappet alphabet cutters here. There's another set down here under there. My extruder is in there. That's some silver leaf. Other just cutters and impression things. These are all my cookie cutters down here. All my fondant that I'm working with is right here, and as you can see, I'm not working on anything right now, so I don't have any. This is the drawer that I keep all my supplies to make my gum paste flowers. I keep all that right there. And this is like sixlets and stuff like that for the cakes. And right here are all of my turntables right there, just real handy so I can turn. My no skid mat here that I put on all of them too is right there. Let me see if I have remembered everything. I guess that's it, guys. I can't think of one thing that I didn't mention. Right here where I work, I've got my airbrush on a little shelf under there. That's one thing that I forgot to mention. I guess that's it.